in my mouth.
What we've done here is establish a place where we have control over who our neighbors are, and that is just for the sake of preserving, our culture.
And that culture, effectively, we're saying this is a white culture, a whites-only place.
White American culture.
Over the last year and a half, high up in the Ozark Hills in the state of Arkansas, dozens of people have been working hard, leveling the land, building houses. They call it an intentional community based around shared ancestry, a long-winded way of saying something really quite simple.
I think we would generally be called far right, sure.
It's called Return to the Land, and they invited me in.
A lot of people are going to be, why are you making Nazi references?
Right. Well, why wouldn't I?
A seemingly bucolic and sometimes surreal experience. But this is built on a radical modern premise, made possible because of a new political and technological moment. Instead of taking to the streets, they are building their own, for generations to come.
It's important for me to do this for my ancestors, my friends, my family, my children, my children's children.
But in this southern US state, people who have lived through segregation once fear it is returning.
When you hear things like that, it causes you to be fearful, and you don't know who to trust.
Its founder says he is building a fortress for the white race.
It's a racial association. I kind of want to ask you, after seeing this, do you think what we're doing is immoral?
Yeah, got a new show for y'all. Got a damn good show. But before we get to this white-only show, don't forget about our new giveaway, Ford 250 King Ranch and Camper and $10,000 in cash. Get in and win. Go pick up any of my swag at officialhorsetwins.com or products or supplements, and you get automatically into the win. I'm not fearful. Wait a minute before you start the video. Does this scare you?
No.
Should it?
I mean, if I get lost and I wind up baby.
Yeah.
Welcome to Little Rock, where the local time is 4:27.
That's funny. He landed in Little Rock. That's one of the that's got a high crime rate. Little Rock, Arkansas.
Yeah.
You know why, right? All right, then. Diversity.
For the last few years, I've been exploring how an ethno-nationalist movement has been organising online. A network that aims to define countries by ethnicity, but which links across borders. And this is the place that one group has chosen to put that into radical, real-world action.
You want a white nation? Build a white town. It can be done, and we're doing it.
It is an extreme view, but it draws on more familiar arguments. That mass immigration is out of control, that Western societies are in danger of losing their fundamental character as a result.
So one of the arguments here is that this isn't about persecution of an ethnic identity, but protection of an ethnic identity, and that identity happens to be white. So we're going here now up into these pretty remote woods to really put that to the test.
We are driving deep into the Ozark Mountains. The group's leaders are not from Arkansas, and they've chosen these remote parts for a reason. All the locals I spoke to knew only a little about the group, if anything.
I don't necessarily agree with it, but that's not my choice.
Yeah, but do you think they should have the freedom to do it?
That's what they want to do.
I think it's kind of a little fishy around here, but just be safe.
The leader of the group is called Eric Orwell, and he's invited me to spend a few days with them.
Hey, Eric.
He insists what he is doing here is entirely legal, and that's key. Because if it is, it could be a blueprint for many other communities to come.
Welcome to the Ozarks.
Thank you very much.
What we've done here is establish a place where we have control over who our neighbors are.
You see that dog? That's talking like he's looking for black people.
Man, shut up.
And like he's been trained. Yeah. stood at doors like you. I don't see any.
We haven't played this.
To come.
Welcome to the Ozarks.
Thank you very much.
What we've done here is establish a place where we have control over who our neighbors are, and that is just for the sake of preserving, our culture.
And that culture, effectively, we're saying this is a white culture, a whites-only place.
White American culture. Yeah, not just white, but white American.
But what this sounds like is bringing back segregation. Is that a fair assessment?
Well, I mean, it's free association. So
I don't think it's segregation. They bought their own land. They can do
Whatever
they want on
yeah.
their own land.
Yeah. It has nothing to do with segregation.
Yeah, it does.
Well, that's one community. He's not bringing back segregation.
Well, just for that community.
Yeah, just for the community. So if you white, you want to opt out, you want to join the community, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's like necessarily bringing back segregation. Schools are still going to be integrated with all kinds of.
Not this place.
Not this place.
Yeah, they probably homeschool.
They're probably going to homeschool their kids, yeah.
we're not trying to keep other people down. This is a small settlement in the middle of the Ozarks.
But they are being kept out.
Well, I mean,
you don't stop it. He should have said, I'm just trying to preserve my life. I'm trying not to get killed. That's what he should have said.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to stay alive over here.
Yeah.
Everyone into your home.
160 acres taking shape, forest cleared, roads laid, cabins built. Around 40 people live here. Hundreds more from across the world have paid to be members. And I'm intrigued to find out what motivates people to give up their old lives for this.
We met here.
Oh, you met here? I guess he came here.
I met here
Look at them white girls.
Oh my God, what a story. It beats Tinder, doesn't it? Like.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
David and Caitlin not only met here, they got married last month. And they wouldn't be here without social media.
Somebody had posted a video of Eric.
Yeah.
I saw videos of them actually building stuff on the land. I was like, oh man, I gotta come check this out.
And I figure if there's nothing else like this in the country, like it should at least exist.
Yeah.
Like, do people really think that we should never be able to choose our neighbors?
It wouldn't be controversial for any other racial group to do the same thing.
I think it'd be quite controversial.
Well, if you don't have rules against it, then, anyone of any race can come and be your neighbor, and they're watching the news, which is telling you that white people are, the cause of all your problems and all the ills of society, and suddenly, your children are much less safe because there's a lot of violence, anti-white violence happening to white people. And
yeah, that's true. But back to this point, like this, black people did the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this, up in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
You hear that? That is the sound of freedom. A lush and rugged expanse about 130 miles south of Atlanta. Just shy of 97 acres. It's undeveloped, unincorporated, and it has new owners.
It feels amazing. It feels really amazing. I cry every time I come here.
Renee Walters is one of them. She's president of the Freedom Georgia Initiative. It's a collective of 19 black families who recently bought this land. This dream all started a few weeks ago during Renee's typical morning call with her friend Ashley Scott.
She said, Ashley, did you see the article about Toomsboro for sale?
It turns out that the entire small town was never for sale, just a bundle of a few dozen homes and buildings. So Ashley, a real estate agent, looked for listings in the area and found one for this.
And it was just such a beautiful piece of land. It was affordable, and it just made sense that we could create something that would be amazing for our families.
Why were these two women interested in the prospect of buying a town in the first place?
It really was when we saw what happened with Ahmaud Arbery and George Floyd, and Breonna Taylor and the protests.
We both have black husbands, we both have black sons, and I was starting to get overwhelmed and have a sense of anxiety when my husband would leave the house to go to work.
So
bad things happen to white people too from the police.
Yeah.
It happens more than what happens to black folks.
Yeah, this is.
That's just an excuse.
Well, she has her reasons for to do this, and then these people have their reason. Let's listen to
Well,
them.
I think white people have more reasonable reasons why they want to be separate from other races. The black girl took some isolated events that happens to all people and made an excuse for want to build, their own communities. One's reasonable, one is just victimhood.
I think both sides are playing victim a little bit.
A little bit, but I'm with the white man here.
Man, shut up.
White children. And so,
specifically sort of motivated by racism against white people. What sort of thing the heavens are about to...
Stop it real quick.
I'd like to continue.
Let me say this: they ain't gonna be no crime in this area. They gonna be up in the hills killing each other.
What I'm trying to say is, it will make more sense why the blacks built their own community if they would have said this. Well, the majority of our people is committing majority of violent crimes, so we want to separate ourselves from the violent people in our neighborhood. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just that other, we just went on, nah.
Yeah. Let's look at these people.
Talking, but the rain starts and it comes down hard. The residents shelter in their cabins and night falls. The next morning. This is how the average weekend works at Return to the Land, or RTTL, what they call a work party, made up of residents, but also new recruits who have come to check out the project. It is hot, hard work. To join RTTL, you have to sign up to the Private Members Association, or PMA. And there are strict criteria for membership, as Scott Thomas, a board member and one of the founding fathers here, explains.
You have to be a PMA member to live here.
Yeah.
So you have to be someone of European heritage.
The group's logo, based on a Nordic rune, draws on that heritage. It is the PMA that the group believes makes this all legal. Once members have been vetted on ethnicity and other grounds, they can buy shares in the Limited Liability Company, or LLC. Those shares translate to acres of land that they can build on. Peter Seri is the brains behind the legal side of things.
Civil Rights Act is there for a reason, and this is a way around it.
Yeah.
Do you think it'll survive contact with the legal system, the courts, if it came to that?
Hopefully.
Do you think it's racist or not? Do you reject that term? Do you embrace it?
I don't know about that term. I mean, people use it in a lot of different ways. I'm sure there's a lot of people on the internet who would call me racist. I don't really know or care whether that term applies to me or not. Maybe.
Scott, what do you think?
Yeah, he probably racist. Well, at the very least, he has a prejudice.
Yeah, he's prejudiced.
Yeah, I almost don't know what racist means anymore.
Oh, you know exactly what it means. You white. You better than that.
Like it's you're called racist.
There's a prejudice towards someone who's from a different ethnicity.
Oh, well, actually,
I think racism or being racist is when you're prejudiced for another group of people, you segregate and hold them down.
Yeah, you prevent opportunities for them.
Yeah, you discriminate. Yeah. You marginalize them.
Them out there creating their own community is not taken away from anybody else.
Yeah, it may be prejudice, but it's not racist.
Yeah.
Until, I guess, they want to live there.
Right.
You can't live around here.
Yeah, you
ain't one of our kind.
Yeah, then that becomes racist. Yeah.
See, the modern definition of racism, according to critical race theory, all white people are racist automatically.
A lot of this is reaction to left.
See, it's just pushback from all this other stuff you hear from the left. Critical race theory.
Yeah, and to be honest, I don't want to live in the United States of America if it's not majority white. Once it becomes majority non-white, it's gonna be a much different country. It's gonna be a much different country.
Well,
that's just a fact. If you look at if you just look at voting statistics, how ethnicities other than white vote, this country would be totally different. So I understand the fear of white people want to live in a country that's majority non-white. I understand that fear wholeheartedly because I don't want to live in a country that's majority non-white because it would systematically change our country for the worse.
Well, Latinos helped Trump win the election. Latino males.
Yeah.
Look how many white people voted for Democrats, Kevin.
Yeah.
Whites are not they ain't perfect now.
Yeah. But if you get rid of all the minorities, there would never be a Democrat person elected.
Well, you got me on that one. Yeah, I actually don't have a problem with these white people doing that. I don't have a problem with those black people doing that.
Yeah, they're not taking away opportunities from anybody else. Just want to ensure that their kids look like them and their culture is is protected.
When these two different groups right here, both from one's in Arkansas, one's in Atlanta, Georgia. Once you start marginalize other people and discriminate against people, then that's when I have problems with that.
Yeah, but I don't see.
But they're not. They went out in the middle of nowhere. Ain't no minorities trying to live where they're living at. Nobody wants to live there but them. I get it.
It looks like it's just one big homeowners association for white people, and vice versa with the blacks. There's a big homeowners association for blacks. It's just for black people to live in that area.
Yeah, we do it politically all the time.
Yeah.
How many times you seen like people get kicked off of social media because they're Republicans? Oh, didn't they tell the Republicans they get kicked off of Facebook or Instagram? Well, start your own platform.
Yeah. These people are tired of society creating their own environment. I don't have a problem with the blacks doing it or the whites.
Yeah.